So I'm inside, back again, part 2, and I have the tumbler here, and I'm going to replace this bit that breaks, and these are the components that wear out, like I said in the first video, and these are the bits you want to replace. So as you can see, the key still spins, and nothing is really happening as I'm spinning the key. So that's kind of what that's about, basically. It's a disconnect between the key and the tumbler mechanism, and that's why we have to replace it. So I'm gonna go in there. As you can see, hopefully it's not too dark in the video. There's a little pin there. I'm gonna pull that out. My pliers. I have all my tools that I need, just basically a bunch of pliers to do this job, and I have a flathead screwdriver actually over here in case I need to pull anything out. So I'm gonna go to my blockhead pliers. I'm gonna just pull, and this is like a watch. If you ever replace a watch band, that's similar to a watch pin that holds the links on the watch band together. So that's similar. So that's like a metal rod that prevents, I guess, this thing from coming apart. I'm gonna take my needle nose plier and I'm gonna pull out the top. It's a series of 5 pieces we have here. I'm sorry, 6. We have the 4 pieces we're gonna replace. A spring that sort of holds everything together in tension, and we have the neck of the tumbler. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, and this is on slight tension, so just be careful when you remove these components. So I'm gonna push it in a little bit to pull it out. And if you're doing this, your components might actually be broken already, and this might actually just come right apart without the effort of that I'm doing right here. So I see what I need to do. I'm gonna just turn this, I guess. I'm pushing it down because it's in a bit of a tension there. I'm gonna turn this, and let me see. It looks like something in here is broken. So I guess I'll pull that bottom bit out. See, that's one of the pieces that's broken, and you can see the spring is in there. It's coiled, so it's on a tension. And I'm trying to pull this guy out, and this is where my needle nose might come in handy. So I guess I'm gonna twist this out a little bit. Gonna look at it, and I'm actually gonna use this is gonna be actually dirty, so I have a little tissue nearby to wipe, so you could see what you're doing basically, because it might be covered in grime. My piece is really dirty. Yours might have less dirt or more dirt depending on what you got. So as you can see there, this bit at the top, it's like a Lego, the way it locks in, and you just turn it like a key to get this out. And while you're doing this, the key is going to be inside the lock at all times. That way you ensure that everything, I'm pushing down on this bit because it's on a tension. I'm going to keep my thumb on that, because when I release this is what's holding the spring down on top of this neck bit. So you see there, it pops right up as I replace that part. And it actually looks like these components here, I'm sorry, I'm off camera. These components here are actually still good. The culprit was this bit that broke. So we're going to put that to the side. And it's really, really oily and gross in here. So you're just going to wipe your fingers and make sure it's clean so you see what you're doing. It's important to, you know, work in a clean kind of thing. The spring actually looks good. So like I said, it was this guy's the culprit right there. Move the camera so you can see like what I'm doing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 2 more components in it to remove, so we can replace it with the new ones that we have over there. So I'm gonna use my pliers to sort of, and it's all oily, and I don't even know what that is. And that's gonna be the broken bits of that component there. And you see how this breaks apart inside. So, and I think the only way you get the last bit off is by doing that. And I'm gonna use my needle nose plier to pull it up because it's deep in there. And if you want, like, I'm gonna order this in the order that I took it out. That seems to be in order. So when I replace it, it makes sense in the order of replacing it. So the broken bit was actually on top of this bit there. And the spring was on top of these 2 pieces, Then the tumbler neck or rod was on top of the spring, and then this flat bit was holding it all down, compressing it. So it looks like the chamber is all cleared up in there. I'm gonna just wipe it so I can just make sure it's really dirty. I don't know if this is like, I guess, a lubricant or something. So I'm gonna just wipe it. Sorry, I'm all in the camera right now. Just wipe it down so I kind of see what I'm doing. And like I said, this is not an outtake. This is I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm doing this. So as you guys are watching this, it's like I'm watching this video as well because I've not done this before. I've read a little bit about it. I've seen a couple of half videos and people sort of doing this. So I'm just as doing this for the first time. And as you can see, it's 5 minutes into this video and I'm halfway done with my work. And okay, there's an extra bit in my kit, so I'm not sure what that's about. So I'm gonna just line up the pieces that I'm replacing here. It looks like these two are similar. I guess they gave me maybe an extra piece, I'm not sure. And the spring, I'm gonna replace even these 3 pieces over here. They still look new and workable. I'm gonna just replace with a new piece just for a peace of mind later on. So it seems like this guy came first. I'm gonna try to put this in there, and you might have to turn the key a couple of times to play around with it because the key actually turns something in there, and it pushes that in and out. So let's go ahead and do this. So that bit came out first. I'm gonna put this in there, and it's like Legos, I guess. In that, let's see, it only goes in, I guess, one way. You can't put it in the wrong way, I'm assuming. Based on other projects I've done with BMW, the way they do the design is that it's sort of foolproof when you, do, repair work and stuff. Like, see, it goes right in there like Legos, like it screws, so it's sort of like, I guess it could only go in one way, and I could be doing this wrong, so don't hold me to it. I guess these 2 pieces might be for, and I can't really tell which one I need to replace, but I'm assuming this is for right hand or left hand cars. Based on, I'm not sure because these are identical, but as you can see there, the shape of the hole is, one is tilted towards the left over here, and this one is tilted towards the right. Now my car is left-hand drive, and this is a left door, so I'm just gonna assume that the one that tilts towards the left is for this product. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try to maybe look at my broken piece and do a little CSI here and see what exactly came out of the car. So, and it looks like, let's put this together because it still makes a shape. So it looks like I was wrong. It looks like this original hole tilted towards the right. So I'm going to need to use this guy right here because the holes sort of tilt in the same direction. I'm not sure if you see that. I'm going to just put that piece down. So it looks like this is the piece I'm going to use. I assume the seller sells both for right-hand, left-hand cars. And this seller I bought this kit from was on eBay, and the kit cost $32 about with the shipping. So I'm going to put this in there. I could be doing this wrong. Like I said, this is the first time I'm actually doing this. And this is not like a second or third take. This is the first shooting of this. And I could be doing this so wrong right now. But I'm assuming based on what I took out and what I'm putting in, right. I'm going to just stop talking for a bit and just focus on what I'm doing. So, okay, I see what I need to do. So as you turn the key, I'm off camera again. As you turn the key, you can see something there is turning, and this connects to whatever the key is turning. And it's going to fit right in there like that. I'm going to use my flathead to push it down. So, and this is, it might look difficult on camera, but it's just common sense in figuring out. You can see there, it fits right in those grooves. So, and I guess this is designed in a way, the angle of the slots could only work for right or left-handed. The way this tilts, it's right or left-handed. And I guess I can't put this in there because I would know right away it won't fit. So that gives me peace of mind. I know I'm sort of doing this right way. Now the spring, I think it's a bit tricky from what I've heard online. could be a bit tricky, but I know the spring goes in next based on the order I had my my piece in. As you can see, this is really dirty. Everything's like that I took out is covered in gunk and rust. So the spring might be a little tricky, and I did not look when I took the spring out, which I should have. So I'm gonna pay the price, I guess, and guesstimate. I'm gonna have to guesstimate how this works. So let's see. This is the price I paid for not looking at the spring when I took out the spring. But give me 1 minute. And like I said, if you know what you're doing, like I don't have no idea what I'm doing right here, and this is about 10 minutes into the video right now. So if you're a pro at this, like this, you could do this in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. But shops will charge you $300 for the labor of this job, and the dealership will charge you way more to do what I'm doing. But obviously the dealership won't do this. They might replace everything and charge you a premium rate. So looking at actually these two springs look a little different, but let's have a closer look at the spring. And it looks like it's the same spring, but I don't want the video to run on too long. So I'm just gonna go ahead and figure this out. Bear with me, please. And this bit is just tricky. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to hold the spring down, as you see there. Put this over that. And then slide this piece over. Slide this piece over to lock the spring in. But it has to lock under the... Yeah, the spring is actually much stronger than it looks when it's compressed. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's how. So I'm actually turning the spring upside down to make sure it's sort of troubleshoot it a little bit. It's actually a very strong spring. Alright, just look at that for a minute. I'm just gonna look in my book for spring replacement of this. Alright. Alright, well, that's kind of how it goes. I'm gonna stop the video here because it's running on, and come back and just finish this and do a third part showing the completion of this.